Have you ever wanted to become basically immortal while pumping your maps up to the limit with all the juice you could possibly find? Well, this Chieftain Autobomber's got you covered. Chieftain this league has had one hell of a popularity surge, going from the boring forgotten loner in the back row to the dominant alpha male we see topping the charts today. Well, okay, Tornado Shot Deadeye is still ahead, but you catch my drift. This incredible rise in popularity is really all thanks to one ascendancy node, Hinakora's, I forget the name. With it, every single monster you kill has a teeny tiny 5% chance to blow the hell up for a massive 500%. Let me repeat that. 500%. That is huge. For context, my exploit chest on VV blows up for just 1/10 of a monster's corpse life as physical, and it does work. That's 20% for the fractionally challenged. While that node by itself is quite powerful, what really makes it shine this league in particular is that enemy HP is higher than ever when getting all of this affliction juice, so the damage just balloons up to the stratosphere. Now, I know there are quite a few different ways that people are taking advantage of Hinakora's, I forget the name, but the one I'm going to be focused on is the terribly affordable cast when stunned detonate dead variant, which my esteemed colleague the Victor003 has kindly lent me his gear so that I could make this video. He was like,
"Hey man, wanna try out this Chieftain build? I can give you all the gear, but you'll have to level yourself."
And I was like, well, I kinda thought I was done with this league actually, but yeah, okay, fine. So here I am, standing in the middle of a juicy tier 16 map, living my best life. As the name implies, this build's main focus, other than the fact that monsters explode for absurd amounts of damage, is on casting spells while being stunned. Now, on the surface, typically being stunned in this game is very bad. However, thanks to this wonderful reverse Uno combo of the Immutable Force and Blood Notch jewels, getting stunned actually becomes desirable. Immutable makes it so that stuns only last a microsecond and become hardly noticeable, and Blood Notch lets you gain a bunch of health back each time you take a stunning hit. To finish off this combo, it's important to get the Energy Shield Mastery, which makes your stun threshold based on Energy Shield instead of life, meaning you get stunned all the time, which is a good thing. So with stuns not being a problem but rather a benefit, it now makes sense to link a whole bunch of skills to cast when stunned so that I as the game player don't have to play the game anymore, and can focus on the finer things in life, like petting Jinx. To get this chain going, we need a cast when stun detonate dead setup in a Cloak of Flames over here. However, you also need a cast when stun desecrate setup so that your detonate dead spell actually has something to detonate. A cast when stunned unnerve setup also helps with providing extra bodies to blow up, and lastly, cast when stun flame surge is used to make enemies take more damage. It's as simple as that. We've got some auras that are there just to provide more tankiness, like Purity of Fire for max res, Purity of Elements for ailment immunity, Petrified Blood to reduce one-shots, and of course Vitality for some sweet life regen. In order to achieve near immortal status, we invest heavily into converting fizz damage taken to other elements, primarily fire, as well as getting as much chaos res as possible. Those two things, coupled with a high life pool and 90% max all Ellie res, makes us extremely tanky. Add in a well-rolled Defiance of Destiny with Vampirism anointed, and we are pretty much set. For our Wildwood Ascendancy, we actually go for the Warlock of the Mist, which helped with mana cost by completely removing the entire concept of mana in the first place, and making skills cost life instead. So basically a free blood magic. And we get the Penance Mark, which is a curse that makes little dudes appear next to your target that will blow up when you kill them, which is helpful because our single target damage is actually in the negatives. Now, I could go over the passive tree like any other build guide, but I didn't really want to make this a build guide per se, more of just a showcase slash I just want to see what's up with this meta build before it becomes irrelevant next league. If you really want to understand the quirks of the build and how to upgrade it, I suggest having a look over at Victor's Autobomber series that he has on his channel, where he goes into much more detail than I do here. He's got a 1 divine budget setup as well as a 40-ish divine budget setup, so do go check him out. For leveling, I think going for RF is a comfortable and entirely sane choice, unlike my attempt at forcing shield charge of the Chieftain to work, which never again. To finish this video off, I wanted to compare and contrast this 40 divine Chieftain Autobomber build with my 200 plus divine Headhunter wearing Cold BV Occultist in juicy tier 16 maps. Okay, so just tilt your heads by like 90 degrees and have a look. Yeah, just like that. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. As you can clearly see, wealth isn't everything. Thank you, Victor, for your generous donation. You are never going to see this gear again, and I guess I'm done with Affliction now. Bye!